Hey there, welcome back to the channel, you guys. Today we are going to go in the back of the property and help Scott build a wood crib out of some old pallets that we had laying around. And I thought it would be kind of interesting if I brought you guys along. Scott has been back here working on the area where we want to put the wood crib. He had to cut down a huge branch from this tree. It went up and out, and this right here where he's stacking the rocks is where we want to put the wood crib. So if we would have gotten any kind of strong wind, it would have fallen on the wood crib. So he cut that down and got all of that wood. There's 2 stacks there, so we need to build a wood crib, and we're going to put it in the corner here so that we have a spot to put all that wood that he just cut up. These are the old pallets that we are going to be repurposing. At the other homestead, we had a wood crib, and he was able to save the 2 sidewalls. We just took the one big pallet and cut it in half. So he's going to use these 2 for the sidewalls, and then a solid one for the back wall. And then we have some old repurposed tin, kind of like what we have on the quack shack, and we will just put that on an angle underneath the tree to keep the wood dry. Scott has 1 pallet down for the floor, so he's just kind of leveling it up and bracing the 2x4s with the rocks underneath to give it a little bit of extra strength, so that when we put the wood in here, it doesn't kind of bow or bend or the slats break. So he's kind of just reinforcing it right now. This next pallet that Scott is lifting off the pile is going to be the back side of the wall on the wood crib. They are 10 by 5 or 6, I think. I will double check with Scott on how big they are. But we just got these pallets. My friend works at a warehouse, and they were going to throw them away, and she said, hey, do you need pallets? I have these pallets, come and pick them up. So we loaded them up on the trailer one day after work and brought them home. Scott, how big are those pallets?
5 feet by 10 feet.
5 feet by 10 feet. Okay. So the floor is 1 solid pallet, and then the back wall will be 1 pallet, but it will be, the floor space will be smaller because the wall pallet will take up inches, and then the sidewalls, when we place the pallets on the side, will take up inches. So the floor of the wood crib will not be a total of 5 by 10, correct?
Correct. These are about 5 inches in depth. So it'll be 10 inches smaller on the sides and 5 inches in the back.
Okay.
They're heavy.
They're super heavy. And then how are you going to attach that?
I have 2. One of these pallets I already pre-cut for the sides, so I'll just leg bolt and screw them together.
On the bottom, and then on
all along. Yeah, so you can see this pallet here. There's a 2x4 there. I can screw, once I get to the edge there, I can screw it into this 2x4 pretty easily, or leg bolt it. And then the sides, I'll use this, like it's a 1x5 and a 2x4, to kind of screw all those together. And then I'll put the top on after it's all said and done.
Okay. What did you do right there?
I am attaching this 2x4 to this 2x4.
And that's
So-
just going to make the wall stay up?
It'll kind of, yeah, well, no, that's going to just secure it to here.
Yeah.
And then when I secure this one to the side one, that'll be more supportive to help keep the wall from,
Collapsing? We were going to use the old walls from the other wood crib from the other homestead, but because that wood crib was straight on the ground, the walls aren't matching up. So Scott's gonna have to take a big pallet like this and recut the walls, and we'll have to reuse this in a different wood crib that we can just set flat on the ground. We propped this one up so it was level, and that so the airflow would go through and help dry the wood. So it isn't matching up. So we have to remeasure, recut, and then attach, right?
Right. We decided to recut new walls because the other ones will not work in this scenario. So to make that happen, I want the top of the pallet to be on the outside of the wood crib and the bottom of the pallet on the inside of the wood crib. This edge here will get screwed to that back wall of the wood crib. Okay, so to make the measurements all work out, so for this pallet, I have to cut this at 61.5 inches. And then what I'll do on that side is measure that 12 inches more, so 73.5 inches. And then
Why 12 inches more?
just to give it a pitch for the roof, so if rain hits it, it will run off.
Okay.
It's a decent pitch to allow it so rain doesn't stay on the roof.
Okay.
So then I'll mark the line with my straight edge and pencil. I'll get my little handsaw and cut it. And then I'll do the same thing for the other side. I'll just repeat that process again.
Okay. All right, the moment of truth. Look at that. Is that the wall?
That's the wall. I can get from here.
Now it's gonna swing out.
Yep.
The moment of truth. Let's see if we measured it. Ooh! Nice. That looks awesome. We're gonna have to cut the branches on that tree though, I think.
Yeah, forgive me. Oh, there we go, much better.
He is attaching this piece to this back piece. So he attached these two pallets together on the corner, and now he is going to take and attach the bottom of this pallet to the floor pallet, just for reinforcing the walls just a little bit more. It'll make it more solid. Are you going in on an angle?
Yes. So we're on our second pallet for the other wall, and the only difference is we had to switch the measurements. So the short side is now over here at 63 or 61 and a half, and the long side is over there. So again, so we get the top of the pallet to be the outside wall.
We got the second wall cut, and we're gonna bring it over and attach it to the back wall. Hang on. Got it?
Yep.
Holy crap, those suckers are heavy. Nice. So now he is just going to go through and attach this wall exactly like he attached the first wall. It's starting to look like a wood crib, you guys. Look at that.
$122. $122.
So why did you do that?
So because we want to have it, make sure that the sides are square or parallel, so that way when we put the top on, it's not like it's bowed out or bowed in. So when the pallet sits on top, because we're gonna put another pallet on top, that way it's gonna be square, so it'll be supported properly.
Okay.
So.
Well, you guys, it started to rain. It isn't raining hard, but we have tools out here. So we're gonna clean up a little bit, and we're going to try to get the top put on with the tractor. But if it starts downpouring, we're gonna call it a day. Okay, the rain has stopped, so we are gonna head back out and put the roof on the wood crib and tie this project up. Okay, what did you just do?
So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to square it up as best we can. I mean, we're working with pallets here, but I want this flush with the front because eventually I'm going to put tin on the top where I can overhang past this little gap here.
So what Scott is doing is attaching the sidewall to the roof or the pallet on top. He's attaching them with just some screws, roofing screws.
The outdoor decking screws.
Outdoor decking screws. They're just screws we had laying around, so that's what we're using. We got a little supervisor on our hands. Checking out our work. Scott is just putting some wood pieces on the back there to cover those bigger pieces or bigger openings up, so that if it rains and it rains in, the wood won't get wet. We had this old tin in the barn, so Scott measured the roof, and we're gonna have a 6-inch overhang, 8-inch overhang. So he is measuring out 84 inches.
Yes.
And then he is gonna cut the tin, and we are gonna attach this to the top pallet, attach it to the roof. So to start it off, we put a piece of tin on the side for like a flashing piece. I think that's what it's called. Just for like snow, rain, stuff like that. And then we'll have an overhang and we'll bring it all the way back. We'll have an 8-inch overhang in the back too?
Yes.
Okay. 8 in the front, 8 in the back, overhang, and then we'll attach the tin to the pallet.
Do you want to hand me another sheet, and then I'll work on top, or all the sheets really? Drop it down. Drop it down.
So Scott is just up there nailing down the sheets of metal to the pallet. The last piece of metal is going on, you guys. Woohoo! We did it! That was a long day. Oh, look at that sky. We did it, you guys. We built a pallet wood crib in one day. Here is the finished product. Oh, this is gonna come in handy this winter. We got the metal on the roof. He'll have to go up there and caulk it so it doesn't leak. But for now, it's perfect. Good job, baby.
Oh, yeah. That's solid. It ain't going anywhere. There we go.
There's our wood crib. You guys, that's it. We did it. We built a wood crib in one day out of pallets and just some old tin metal that we had laying around. So we're calling it a day. I'm hungry. We're going to celebrate. It's time to go in. We'll see you on the next video.
Yeah.
Bye, friends.